What's up, everyone? In this clip, Megyn Kelly goes on the Jillian Michaels show to expose Joe Scarborough of The Morning Joe. You know, the guy who spent years calling Trump every name in the book, and now he's apparently looking to cozy up to him. Apparently, he's willing to do anything to stay relevant and try to fix the rating disaster that he's getting on his show for his latest actions. And Megyn Kelly absolutely obliterates him, and we're about to break it all down, so let's get into it.
He's a dishonest broker. He's a liar. He spent the past 4 years, beyond 8, telling us that Trump is a uniquely awful person, racist, sexist pig, fascist, Nazi, Hitler. That you don't negotiate with that. You don't make up with that. That's not somebody who was like, I didn't like Trump, but I'm willing to try. That's a dishonest, bad actor whose voice should be excised from the conversation, not propped up, not listened to, not made easier or more robust by access to the now sitting president or about to be. No, nothing good is gained by Trump and Joe Scarborough having a come to Jesus. The only point in Scarborough doing it is his ratings are in the toilet. They are circling the bowl right now.
Man, Megyn didn't just go for the throat, she twisted the knife. And let's be real, Morning Joe's ratings are so low they might need a submarine to find them. The irony here is Scarborough has spent years selling out his credibility for the sake of staying in the good graces of the establishment. And what's he got to show for it? A show that barely anyone watches. The dude is like that washed up actor who still shows up at Comic-Con desperately clinging to the glory days. And unfortunately, Joe, no one's buying what you're selling anymore, and rightfully so.
He's feeling desperate that his multi-million-dollar contract is going to evaporate, along with that of his wife, and they'll do anything to try to save their own careers. I mean, I've been watching them, Jillian. I watch All in Media very closely, along with my team. And he is the one who was out there saying, the best Joe Biden ever, the best ever. 2 months before he imploded on that debate stage, he lied over and over and over because it was important to him to have access. Biden watched Morning Joe. He wanted to be in this power broking position. And so he lied to cover for the guy. Then Kamala got on board. He started lying about her, telling us what an amazing candidate she was and how inspirational. I mean, it just couldn't be honest about any of her weaknesses. The lies about Trump, none of that should be rewarded with access to Trump.
I mean, to be honest, Megyn basically hits the nail right on the head with this. For Scarborough, it's never been about truth or principles. It's about access. It's about being part of the club, and he spent years lying to prop up Biden even when everyone with a pair of eyes could see Biden stumbling, literally and figuratively. But Scarborough didn't care. He wanted to be close to the power brokers and the elites. And now that his access is slipping, he's panicking. He's the political equivalent of a groupie who just got kicked off the tour bus. Not too sure if that's a good analogy, but you guys can let me know your thoughts down in the comments below.
And by the way, it pleases no one. His audience doesn't want to see it because he's made them hate Trump with a passion. And the right doesn't want to see it because we've been watching Scarborough and already hate him with a passion. So the only reason to do it is to try to jack up numbers because he thinks there'll be some sort of hate watching or curiosity watching if he manages to get Trump on there or reports something about Trump that's new. And I don't think there's anyone in the mood to save his career right now.
Well, here's the reason I'm asking is because he's one that represents many. And you've pierced the veil of legacy media, and you've thrived in legacy and new media. So the real question that I think I'm trying to get at is, why is the vast majority of legacy media targeting Trump, or have they targeted Trump? How come their agenda is elect Kamala at all costs? Okay, now that's not an option, but most are relentlessly continuing to critique him and his cabinet, of which I have some questions for you because I don't even really understand. To be honest, it's confusing me. So why is that their agenda? What am I missing about that? And then
they've always been left. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Well, and then subsequently, that's why I'm wondering what the alternative is, because it's like, do they go and make peace and try to present a more neutral point of view, or do they continue to just relentlessly go after him, which could compromise, in my opinion, his ability to have a successful second term like the Russia hoax the first time?
So first of all, they are left, and they've been left for a long time, and they've been doing this to Republicans for a long, long time, long before Donald Trump came on the scene.
Right.
This is very true. This isn't new. Trump just happens to be the latest target. Remember how they treated George W. Bush, Mitt Romney, John McCain? Back then, they were dangerous extremists too. But now, those same Republicans are suddenly respectable in the eyes of the media. Why? Because they're not a threat anymore. The media loves to prop up yesterday's enemy as today's hero, as long as they can use them to attack the current threat. It's all a game to them, and they've been playing it for decades. Trump just happens to be the biggest thorn in their side because he fights back.
So it's not entirely about Donald Trump. It doesn't really matter who it would be. If it were a Republican, they would be doing this to him. That's a time-honored tradition on the left and with our media, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. They really hate Trump because he doesn't kowtow to them, because he doesn't comply with any of their declared norms, because while he does need them, his attention is his oxygen. He will be quick to discard them if they don't do what he wants, and they can't stand that. They're used to being able to control a politician or someone in power more with their negative coverage or their threats of negative coverage. So I think that's all in the mix right now. But as to your second question, no, it's fine. Media is getting more polarized by the day, and it's a natural, welcome, expected, necessary reckoning.
Is it?
We used to be this way in our country. Yeah.
I heard
We
you
used to be
say
this
they've
way.
radicalized you, and I feel myself slipping, being less neutral, and I'm alarmed by that. I'm getting more aggressive in my arguments about health, about RFK. The tolerance is leaving me. And then when you said they radicalized me, and they did, Megyn, they forged you in fire. They created their biggest adversary. And it's like, is there no going? So you think it's a good thing? Why?
Yeah, because Jillian, I think like you, I came up, in a Democrat family. I was surrounded by all Democrats. Most of my friends this day are mostly Democrats. So I have a lot of love in my heart for Democrats. It's not that I hate Democrats or I hate people who are on the left or who disagree with me politically. No, my mom's a Democrat. Like, people who I love more than anything are Democrats. Yeah. It's fine. I have nothing in my heart that's evil toward them. But these ideas and these arguments and the people who are at the top of the leftist power center, like the Scarboroughs of the world, I have zero tolerance for them.
Zero tolerance, and can you blame her? The Scarboroughs of the world have spent years poisoning the political discourse, lying to the public, and selling out their integrity for a paycheck. Megyn's saying what we're all thinking. Enough is enough. You can't meet dishonesty with kindness. You have to call it out, expose it, and hold it accountable. And Scarborough, he's at the top of the accountability list. And I guess the time's up. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. This is, as always, a place for discussion. Be sure to give us a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.